Huh. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Roken7 here, and I am in Space Engineers to show off one of the ships that me and Spike have created. Well, he gave like 5 cents on what I should do to fix it, here and there. What's it called? Yeah, anyways. So this is the H class, as I've dubbed it, because of the 3 thrusters coming across to this. I used to have a ship called the H class that I built that was 3 times the size of this. It was like 5 on each side, and I'm going to be remaking that one soon, but I'm trying to build user-friendly vessels that people can use and are slightly smaller and don't have like a lot of what's it called, programming and everything to it, so you can just hop in it and shoot shit and do what you gotta do. So here's the entrance. There's only one actual airlock door, and it is a mod. I did have actual airlocks in it, but I kept running into an issue of running out of O2, and I'm trying to make it to where you don't have that problem, so you don't have to constantly farm for the materials on the planets or asteroids and everything else. I thought I saw one, but I guess not. So we're gonna go in, and it's automatic. It does it itself. If you haven't seen this mod, check it out. It's pretty cool. And we have the air vent full block mod for this as well, so we don't have extra space being taken up for that. I'm trying to make this as compact as possible. If you turn left, the first door you're going to run into is crew quarters, which has a vent cover, or cover for the windows, which is just 2 vanilla doors. I've seen that done a lot, and I figured I'd try it myself. It's not bad, but I think I need to put the doors on the outside instead next time, but whatever. Go ahead and shut that. And there's not much room in here, but if you get a couple mods to where you put like bed or something in here, it's perfectly fine. And all rooms should have working light switches as well. There we go. Moving on. Next room is another crew quarters kind of deal. Same thing. It's got a window switch and a light switch, which works. Good deal. I had to rewire a bunch of this stuff because I accidentally blew it up once, so some of this stuff may or may not work. Here's another light switch for the hallway, and it works. Yay! Alright, cool. So we're going to continue on down this hall, and here's the bridge, which unfortunately has open conveyors on the ground, but I could cover them up, but I just never got to it. If you feel like covering them up, go for it. I did not put a switch for these windows, so you have to come over here and do it yourself. There is a light switch, which works. Good deal. We'll cut those back on. This one was supposed to be the defense station, so it's got all the doors and stuff listed on the bottom. I have to redo that too, possibly. This one's empty. It's for whatever you want to put it as. Captain's chair for shits and giggles. I've got the miniaturized projector preview mod with this table on here, and it shows most of the ship, but I haven't quite figured out a way to make it brighter. I was thinking about putting a light over the top of it, but I've already got enough lights in here as it is, so I'll look into that later. So that's that, and I've got the Colt Command console pack as well. And I'm missing a screen from where this thing blew up earlier. And then here's the main view of the bridge. I was gonna put like if it was big enough, I was gonna put railing in front of the windows and everything, but this stuff isn't far enough back or anything, so there's all this. And then there's more covers on this windows as well. Yay! Moving on. Next, you have like a maintenance well, a little access corridor here. It also has a light switch. which there it goes. It's only one freaking light because I'm missing the other one that's down here. This is just so you can get under the ship and, I don't know, fix your O2 if anything happens to it, because it is a prime target for AI as I've seen. I don't know if that's actually in the code, but they wreck my O2 and my thrusters first, from what it seems. So there's that. Now this room, so if you come from the doorway, you got that door, and then here's your one and only med bay. So it's pretty much centralized in the entire ship. I didn't want to take up too much room. There's not enough room in here as it is with this, so I had to, this is one of the ideas from Spike, to just put an angle block here, angle it out a little bit. Worked out pretty good. And there's your med room. Here's an oh shit chair. We're about to jump the warp in case you're nowhere near one. So if you need to hop into a seat real quick, here's one in the corner by itself. This was just a block with a cover on it over here, but I left it as it is. Now here's the mess hall. If you don't want to run too many mods, you can go ahead and take this mod off. It's just called kitchen. And I could have swore that you can use it as an inventory, but I guess not. Huh, no. And yeah, these tables also come with the kitchen mod pack, so you could take that off, and the game or the ship will run just fine if you get it as a blueprint. What is this one? Yeah, the lights for engineering. That switch works pretty good, and it covers all the lights in the entire engineering bay. So once you come from the front, it comes through the kitchen area, mess hall, and you come on down. Here is two, what are they called? Cryopods, and they are hooked up to the oxygen system. And yeah, that's pretty much it on those. Yay, if you want to use them. It's basically another med bay. I think you can use those as med bays. It's just they're closer to engineering. Here's some more oh shit chairs. Well, just one. And then here's the main console for the engine room, but I didn't put anything for the buttons to do anything, which I don't know if you guys knew this for these consoles. I think it's only this one, yeah, but I could use it as a button panel. I just never did. It's something else we can do with this. And what else in here? I have a stairwell here that'll give you access to the jump drive, so you can do a little bit of role playing and actually fiddle with them yourself personally. I don't know, I've seen people do it in certain videos where they're doing like a role playing playthrough, and they just they'll say that they're starting the role play and everybody get into character, and it was kind of cool. And they were actually, the engineers were actually messing with this stuff firsthand instead of just going to a console. So here's the Azimuth fusion reactor from the Azimuth Mega Mod Pack. Here's a couple of the Codecat reactors, reactor number 5s. I've got 2 of those here, and I've got a grand total of 6, and they're in the walls, back up in there, over there somewhere, and over there. Let's see, there's another one of the air vent single block pack thingy. There's 2 of them, slanted and regular. This is just like a little observation room, so you can assess any damage to your antenna or your these coupler arms that I threw on here at the last minute, because I think it needed a little bit extra on its side. You can also do the same thing from over here. This one has a button, and you can look over on that one. If you crouch, you can see the beacon that's right there as well, so you can get a viewpoint so you don't have to go outside or get on the console to do all that fun stuff. And here's this door that is also airlocked, because you never know if somebody leaves the damn thing open. I was having issues with that as well, making a smart airlock switch, and this is part of it. Decompression and recompression and everything else. So I just kind of said, fuck it, we're gonna put one of the That's what got me to get this door in the first place, was to just say, screw it, I'll just get these airlock doors. That was another suggestion from Spike, instead of doing what I was trying to do. Saves me space and time and everything else. So, here's connectors for if you were to put anything in here. I didn't really go into depth with the hangar bay. It's not very big, it's not very tall. I know that at least two of the vanilla ships will fit. Here's the hangar lights. Ooh, there's the hangar door. So, your best bet is to probably just leave this. That was loud. Best bet is to probably leave this thing open, so you don't waste all of your oxygen, and then just cut those off as well, so they're not pumping anything out. It's got its own oxygen generator that I never took out, and it's pumping straight from the actual system itself on the other side of that top passage block. And these connectors don't really work with the vanilla ships, so you'll have, if you want to, you can switch it around. But I've been trying to build ships and everything else to where the connector is in the rear, and building vehicles. This was made just to drop vehicles off. As you can see, there's the landing gear. There's two on the front and two on the rear of the hangar bay itself. There's none underneath the front. So let's get back in here. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so it's got these connectors, and it was made mainly for dropping off vehicles, not really for anything else. It's got the whatever that thing's called, I'm drawing a blank, but basically, if you don't know what it is, you can connect with or remotely control vehicles. If you have a remote control on it, you can connect with them, I think is how that works. I haven't really messed with it. Spike knows. He just likes it when I put one on there so he can use it. So that's the way I leave it. It's got 45 hydrogen thrusters and 14 ion thrusters. Now the ion thrusters are just small ones, and they're just on here for maneuvering, as maneuvering thrusters. I have 4 on the back, 1 on each side. It's in the vents, and there's 2 or 4 on the bottom. Yeah, there's those 2, and then there's also 2 on top, and 4 reverse thrusts. They are here, 1 there, 1 there, and same on the other side. And then the 2 top thrusts, or whatever you want to call them, are here. And it's got, I think, 6 connectors, 1 in the back for smaller ships that can fit, so you can leave room for your other 2 up front. There's 1 here, and there's 1 on the other side in the same spot, and that's where the door is. What else? Oh, I have docking arms in case you want to use those, and if you have a station that'll fit right, if this fits with any station, that you have like the docking arm come up for connector and everything else, you can have it to where these will connect on both sides. They're currently cut off because they kept trying to attach to like asteroids and shit when I would bring them up close to see what would happen. I also have the letter blocks, and all the thrusters are tier 4 except for the vanilla ion thrusters. And it has been dubbed the Firewall Industries Victory. It's the ship is called Victory, and its number is 21. It's the 21st ship that we've built, and I'm pretty happy with it. Well, it's 21st ship that I've built, and I don't know how many total that we've built and that we've actually showcased, but this one seems to work out fine. It's called the H-class Light Assault Frigate. It runs well with a fleet, but it can go on its own because it does have a refinery and a assembler right back up in here. There's your refinery, and the assembler's right up in there, right above it, the cargo container. There wasn't any room for large cargo containers, so there's like 33 I think, small cargo containers spanned across the entire ship everywhere. Now, I don't exactly remember where all of them are, but they're in there. And I have the 122 millimeter, what are they called? I don't remember, like assault gun from Oki. And it's the Oki edited mod. And I also have, I think, 8. I want to say 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, 8 23 millimeter defense turrets, which are just like flak cannons, but they work pretty well. I like them pretty good. So, yeah, that's this ship. And here's also an exterior entry point that goes straight into the engineering bay. Now, if you use this door, please close the top, or you're going to let all the air out. And always keep your jetpack on when you're in there. Don't do what I just did. You'll pretty much die, because I don't have it pressurized. No pressure control in there as well, because I don't know how to do that for some reason. It wasn't working for me. And the landing gear, which was originally going to be in my little arms on the side, I couldn't get pistons to work on this ship and this ship alone. It worked when I put it on a different block, but whenever I go to put pistons on this ship, it would not work for nothing. So I don't know what that's about. But this ship will reach, I believe the top speed of the game is still 125 in 2.3 seconds. And it'll also, if you got the mod on that I've got, the mid-space is 1,000 meters per second mod. It'll reach 1,000 meters per second in like 13 seconds. So it's pretty quick. It's a very fast little ship. So hope you like it. If you guys do play Space Engineers, you can look it up. It is called the H dash class assault frigate, I think. Just look up H dash class and you should find it pretty well. Or you can look up my name on Steam as well, which is just Roken7. So, thanks for watching. If there's any games out there... lagged up for a second. So thanks for watching. If there's any games out there you want to see me play, please let me know. If there's any games you want to play with me, Spike, or anybody else, let us know as well. We'll get you in one of these and we can build something like this, or even bigger. Who knows? Even smaller. Whatever you want to do. But that's all I got, so I'll see you guys in the next one.